Let's fire up the machine and find out who you will play. Carl Sutton.
No, it's fine. It's fine. They're all, they're all great players, and yeah, it's the next 20 minutes that count.
Yeah, he's going to call it there.
Yeah.
Last ditch attempt by Carl Sutton, didn't quite make it, but Dylan Leary has won his second game.
So let's fire up the machine to find out who you will play in our next match. Oh, we've got a hitman anyway, Sean Chipperfield, our first hitman of the event.
Well, I owe him one for a couple of weeks ago. I gifted him a match. So
Cheeky Chippy.
Yeah, it was professional that from Sean Chipperfield. It was a really, really good performance. Unlucky to Dylan Leary.
I'll go for Scott Rutter.
Scott Rutter.
No, I was expecting to come in early. I mean, if I'm going to play some of these guys, I'd rather play them first to 4 than first to 7 or first to 8, so fair play.
How are you getting on, David? You're good?
It's all good now. It's very exciting.
I was going to say, obviously, Sean Chipperfield, the first one going for the pick. He goes for Scott Rutter. What would you have done in that situation, David? Would you have gone for a pick?
I suppose it's different for me. Sean's at the top of the rankings, and I suppose he wants to find the top players to get further into the event. In my opinion, I would have probably went for the hitman.
You would have gone for the hitman with
Yeah.
the first pick?
Yeah.
What's your thinking on that, David? Obviously, just trying to get the prize money out of him straight away?
No, look, I'm here for a good time. So.
Well, it wouldn't be for a long time.
Yeah,
Keep
wouldn't be
picking
for a long
hitmen
time.
out
Yeah,
the- out
but
the hat.
you're going to have to play them at some stage, so why not? Test yourself. Pressure's all on them, so.
I was going to say, would you double hitman, David? Obviously, you win the first hitman. Would you go again?
I probably would, yeah.
Yeah? I'd
Probably
love to
would.
see it. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, well, hopefully
Do you
it
know
will be
why
first
you
match.
haven't seen that before? It's because how many hitmen get beat twice in a row?
Yeah.
As it is, Sean Chipperfield, obviously, it's just been one of the form players of the year. Obviously, looking to kind of establish his authority on this event again.
That's the thing, and you see by his approach in his last match against Dylan Leary, the way he managed to clock and that whole match, and then made this pick, he's come in to try and win it.
Absolutely. But this kind of format suits Sean because of how quick he plays, how relaxed he is. He never gets flustered. He plays like he's playing down the local pub.
And in about 1 minute, just under 1:30, Sean Chipperfield takes the first frame out.
That's the fastest frame of the tournament thus far, no doubt, provided by Sean Chipperfield.
And I think that actually, Tony, in regards to obviously how he played in the last game as well, is signs that he's now got used to the table, his confidence is there, and he's just up and running again.
There's just a lot of clock management went on, especially, in that last frame. And like I said, I called him Cheeky Chippy because he drilled that clock all the way down and then ran the last 2 balls in just to nick that 4th frame, which was in a bit of style. Anyway, Scott Rutter breaking off frame 2. Obviously a very good player in his own right.
Needs a ball. Oh, the yellows look sweet, don't they, Tony?
They do.
Yeah, Scott's obviously he's put up together a couple of good runs himself. Obviously, he featured in Tier 2 of the Challenger Series last year. He's back on the Challengers again this year. More than capable player. Obviously plays in a big circle up in Milton Keynes. Obviously a lot of good players based up in that area. And a good opportunity to try and showcase himself on the main stage. But against someone like Sean Chipperfield, you're not going to get many chances. So making the ball off the break is key.
Absolutely.
Especially when you leave a split like that as well. I mean, it's a good break he hit there. Just unfortunately didn't make it ball, and it's turned out to be Sean Chipperfield's advantage now. 2-0 looks on the cards. I was wondering when we're going to see some fireworks and the odd fast match, and I think we can see one coming here.
Yeah. Then he has to go to the. Who wins this? He has to go to the generator or pick a hitman, so I'd say he'll be going to the generator.
Yep.
Yeah, you can tell by Sean's pick this time round that he, you know, I cannot see him picking out a hitman for any reason whatsoever.
Why would you?
He's going to try and get his 3 wins.
Might be get to spin that wheel and that and get Dave McCullough.
Well, bring it on.
Long black for 2-0. Nobody wants to play the Dom.
I give them an offer they can't refuse to win.
I like it, I like it. Well said, Dave. Anyway, Sean Chipperfield now 2-0 up.
I thought he was packing the cue away then for a minute. He thought the job was done, but just grabbing something out.
The file is out.
You've just discovered a
Little blemish on his tip. Things you can get that in your eye line as well if it's when you're playing you see it's something hanging off the end, and I'll tell you what, that takes your mind completely away from what
It's
you're
so
trying to do.
annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'll say that's what it was because it's very quick just to get rid of said problem.
white ball is flying. It's gone dry, so opportunity now for Scott Rutter.
Absolutely, yes. He can pick either set here.
I fancy the yellow slightly more. Just with red, it just feels like there's a few yellows that are kind of in the way.
I mean, you can understand why Sean's picked Scott, purely because, you know, as much as a good player that Scott is, and I know he's a good player, but how many times he played in an arena on the TV? You know, it's a different set of circumstances, and, you know, it's not like just playing in a room that's got like 80 or 40 tables or whatever that you're used to with a lot of hustle and bustle going on. You're out there and you're in the, you know, the spotlight. That changes the whole thinking, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I think the way that Sean plays as well is, for those players that are less experienced, he can kind of put the fear factor in a little bit if he just runs out the first two frames the ways that he has. Having that in your armoury is so effective.
It's getting a bit tricky up.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Scott tried to land on the underside of the yellow there, didn't he? And just came up the high side.
He probably has to go down the table and back up again now, does he? Yeah. No. This is going to be tricky to get on this, to get an angle to get down for the last yellow. Yeah, very
I
tricky.
don't like his chances of that, to be fair, Dave.
He has to come between the two reds to top the table, Tony, doesn't he? He played it well. Excellent shot.
It's a lovely shot.
That's a very, very good shot. That's just the angle you're on about, Dave.
Yeah.
You just snip this into the middle. Cue ball will do the work naturally. It should come off the side rail and the bottom rail and behind the black.
Looks very relaxed, Scott.
Yeah.
He's gone behind him, has he? Has.
Yeah, I thought he had to play that hard and come down the bottom and back up a little bit.
You said three cushions.
Yeah.
2 cushions.
I thought he would have done. Even if you go too far, Dave, you're still going to leave yourself a shot at that yellow, even if it's a thin cut coming back.
Absolutely.
That way, you're always running that risk. So, that, you know, play it hard and take that out of the equation completely. But that's a shame for Scott. But he still has another throw of the dice off the side cushion, try and kick this yellow back into the bottom left.
Black's not easy with the red in front of it. That's why I said to start at the. I'd probably went reds because you would have had to move that
He's
red.
going to run out of time.
Might go in the middle off the reds.
Sean will play the snooker here. Very unlikely.
I don't know. I don't know.
I can't. No. It's going for this.
Yeah, just snicked in.
All day long. That snooker, you could actually float the yellow then. You
Yeah,
then
you
you had to
could,
win
yeah.
for it.
It was only because of his previous match against Dylan, because it was a well thought out win, if you like. But this
Usually
is
when
now-
they're there, Sean doesn't hang about.
No. And this is 3-0 now. Scott Rutter finding out what it's like in that arena with the clock and the beats.
He's done very little wrong now, in fairness.
Yeah.
You know, he took that finish well, and unfortunately, he just didn't play it hard enough, that yellow to the middle.
No, it looked
Yeah.
like it was going to be probably one of the better outs that we've seen
Yeah.
as well.
Just under the side caution back out again. Yeah. Makes it looks very simple.
Yeah, nicely done by Sean. And with 12 minutes left, he is 3-0 up.
On the hill. I don't think there's much chance of a 6-red shootout in this.
Next match, Sean and Tom.
Do you think? That's a big call, that.
Isn't it? Declan. Two hitmen playing each other. One of them have to go.
Yeah.
It just makes it exciting for everybody else then, you know, if they start knocking each other out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what people want to see. Bit of drama.
Absolutely, yeah. Plus you're talking about a great match, you know.
Yeah. Scott Rutter with it all to do. Needs balls off this break, that's for sure.
Have you played any frames in this new claw, Tony?
Yeah, I played last night actually on that table.
Well,
Oh.
With Chris Day and Mr. Webb. Like it, really like it. There's a lot more grip on there. Better control, better feel for me.
double slide, not slide.
No, I didn't notice with that.
Right.
I thought they were fine.
I haven't played a frame on that club yet. So
Have you not?
No. I will soon enough.
No. There's no doubt. I think everybody has to play them today and tomorrow at some point. So I think that's fair to say that he might be Dave. And we'll be here to talk everybody
about it.
through it while you're out there as well.
Absolutely. Don't be adding any extra pressure, Tony.
Scott's worked himself into a good position here.
Very calm, I must say.
Absolutely, yeah.
Consider he's, they're not used to the surroundings that he's in.
Does he take the long ball first? In the middle? Middle of the table?
Yeah, that's not a bad call, that, actually, Dave. I think he's a bit spoiled for choice. He was in absolutely perfect position there with the cue ball before that shot, and now it's a little bit. He's okay.
He's a bouncer. Yeah, no. I think that shot to the bottom was a shot at the time.
Yeah, I think he goes in the bottom right with this. Does Creek pass, does it, or not?
I don't think so. He's a cut to the middle, but this other yellow can fly anyway.
He's really digging on this.
That was always yeah, bounce. Yeah, perfect. Slow down. Yeah,
Well,
take that.
he put his hand up to apologise to Sean, but
No, I
I
don't
think it's
so.
a very good shot.
I think it's a very good shot as well. He just needs to miss this red with a touch right hand side, doesn't he? To spin it around. Can he check it back up?
See, this is the kind of shot where
No, I
if
don't
you're not
think
used to
that
the
red's in
table-
the way of that. I think it won't check enough, Dave, for me. I think it's got to come around the back of it.
Yeah, he has to put it run side and spin it around. Just miss that red. You come back even to where he is now, where the white is sitting in that area.
Ideally, you want that red out of the way. You could screw it in and crack off the two angles.
Yeah.
Towards him, bring the cue ball towards the middle bag, if you like.
It's always
Ooh,
back
I don't-
kick into the middle pocket. Come on, Scott. Back double.
Could he maybe play the thin one on the line, up the line, and if he
Yeah.
gets slightly wrong off the red?
He could, yeah, absolutely. Good call. You can afford to get it a wee bit wrong, maybe, and play the cushion first. But if he goes back, if he goes to kick it back, he could get the treble. No, he's going for your shot.
think because he tried to go cushion first, he ended up catching the jaw.
Yeah.
That'll bring Sean with his opportunity to try and wrap up the match.
And that should do it for Sean Chipperfield.
It's 8 minutes to spare.
Yeah, the quickest match thus far. Our last man standing tournament.
Yeah, he just looks confident, doesn't he, at the moment, Sean?
Flying.
Scott Rutter is going to be out. Chipperfield's on 2 wins.
And now it's Sean Chipperfield's time to make the big decision. But we have a feeling we know which way he's going to go.
Well, welcome back down to the arena. Sean, congratulations. 2 down, 1 to go to get into that hot seat and potentially sit out for a long time. Have you decided what you're going to do? Obviously, your options now are limited. You can either go to the random draw or you can call out a hitman.
What do you think I'm going to do?
Well, I think you're going to go to the random draw, but I think everyone else would like to see you go for a hitman.
Not at all, no. Random draw, please.
Random draw. Come this way, Sean. Let's fire up the machine. I think everyone in the building knew you were going to do this, but here we go. It's a Greg Batten. I don't know why there's money flying around there. Maybe that's a nice bonus for you, Sean. Yeah. But anyway, what do you think about that, getting Greg?
Yeah, another great player, so it's going to be hard, but last one, hopefully I can do it.
The fact that you've had 2 matches on the table and you're obviously going well, playing some good stuff out there, do you think that gives you a little advantage with the players coming up?
Maybe, but you know, Dylan was in the same situation, so you know, just it's all on the brakes, isn't it? End of the day.
Yeah. Well, you've got one more match to get yourself in that hot seat. Best of luck. Greg Batten is just making his way into the arena, bringing his cues ready to go. Greg, what's your immediate thoughts being drawn out?
Easy draw, isn't it? Doesn't get much tougher than Sean, so yeah, it's going to be hopefully a good game.
How prepared were you to play? Were you kind of coming in expecting every time to be the one called out?
Yeah, I think you have to, and yeah, I think that way you're prepared, so hopefully I'll play well.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing it. Best of luck. Let's get this match on. Join us after the break.
Welcome back, guys. We are now partnered with Kyle Cope. Kyle, how are you getting on?
Good, mate, you?
Not too bad at all. Obviously, you've avoided the draws so far. Obviously, Greg Batten now against Sean Chipperfield. Sean playing to get out. What do you make of this one?
I think every match is a good matchup, isn't it? Like, short format, bit of a lottery, good viewing, golden breaks, golden ducks in play, and then you never know what the winning player is going to do.
I mean, it's going to be a tough game for Greg. I think everybody kind of knows this at this point. Obviously, Sean being one of the form players of the season, and Greg having to come in cold against a guy that's played 2 matches as well is also another factor on that. But interesting to see how he gets on here. But Sean to break first has made a ball, so he's going to have opening opportunity.
Well, I came out of my hotel early this morning to find Greg Batten and Jez Graham wandering the streets of Red Hill at about 7:30 this morning. So they must obviously, they've either come very late last night or very early this morning from Devon.
I was going to say, when you said wandering, Tony, they were just walking around, not doing anything, or
That's generally what wandering is, yeah.
didn't know if they had like a bag in their hand or something like that, or anything that would give it away.
Bag of what?
I don't know, like their suitcase.
No, they were just wandering. Bless them. It's a Devon pastime.
I was going to say they're in big cities now, surely. I feel like this kind of frame is probably going to do Greg a little bit of a favour just to warm him in a little
Well,
bit.
that's the thing I was just going to say to Kyle. have you been out and just, are you like sort of like every so often go and have a little knock on the table and just in case, or?
No, I did have 5 minutes on this table this morning. Zach had a set of the new balls that are going to be used later on in the year, I think. He just sort of said, a few of the pros, just have a go and see what you think. But no, I won't touch any of the other tables because this table's just going to be so different to everything else that's in the club.
I totally agree. I saw early this morning, Declan Brennan was on one of those outside tables for quite a while. So was Joe Prince. And I think I was stupid at the time. And it was, I don't know if it was Ricky, where I said, there's no way in the world I'll touch one of those tables. You know, it would do me head in, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll tell you, it was Chris Day. It was Chris Day. He said, no, I'll play like, I'd rather play 1 minute on there than 10 minutes on the other.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, each to their own, I suppose, probably just trying to get their arm in case they do get called out. But for me, I think everybody on the tour, everybody here, is going to be good enough to have their arm in for a short distance match.
This is the big advantage, though, for Chippy. He's been out there. This is his third match now, and he's got the race, the pace of the table. And it's race to 4.
Yeah, it's been a clinical finish this from Chippy. It wasn't obvious when he came to the table. That's very quickly 1-0.
She'll be hoping you still sat there tomorrow then. Not brought you out your case yet.
Yeah, hopefully it'll stay in there till tomorrow evening. That'll do me.
Had your old pal in here earlier, John.
John, yeah, he loves it in here, don't he?
He does love it.
Yeah, he loves it.
He's a beauty. He's in the same boat as you, sat there and waiting just in case. And
John was adamant it was going to be me and him first game.
he said this.
Did he say that?
Yeah. Yeah, he said, I thought, he said on the way down, I said, me and Kyle, said, we'll come down together. He said, we'd be the first 2 out in the arena.
I can't see John getting called out, though. Obviously, he's in brilliant form at the minute. And he questioned it when I said that to him. And I said, John, you've just made 2 finals. I think somebody would be silly to go, I'll have John Chambers, please.
No, certainly not. I mean, I'd have done what Chippy did there and called Scott Rutter, even though Scott, you know, obviously talented player in that, but not used to being on the TV arena. So
It's, yeah, lack of experience possibly on that.
I look at, right, who's not had the greatest start to the season. I start looking at players that way. I'm not picking anybody who's doing well at the moment. You know, like you say, no way in the world I'm picking John Chambers. Playing too well. And he's played on this. He's been playing on the Monday night. He's been all sorts.
Yeah, me and John had a session at the club where I play the day before we came here on this cloth. We've got 2 in the club already. Another one as well, I don't think Cohen will get picked. I don't think anyone's going to want to call a 16-year-old lad out that can play.
No, exactly.
And he can play.
And I said this earlier because I said it's not as if he hasn't played out in the arena, because I remember him playing Ian Alley last year.
KV in a right game, didn't he?
Oh, he went to the one for, I think it was 8-7 at finish.
Yeah.
He played phenomenal. No, I wouldn't be calling him out either. So you can stay right over there where you are, young man. There's a whole host of names I'll be calling before him.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, Carl, I'm sure you don't expect yourself to get called out. But is there anybody out there that you think even might have an inkling that they would call you out?
If anyone, I thought possibly Chippy, because I think he owes me one. We played a couple of times on the TV table. I thought he might think he owes me one. Other than that, the only thing you can think of is possibly Cousins. You're going to think he's probably going to look down a bit to someone that's not had a great start to the season.
I can't remember which way round it was, Tony, that Ricky Jones mentioned you earlier.
Yeah, he won't be calling me out. Yeah, he's...
I did say I'd call Ricky out. I said if it was me, I said I'd call you out, Ricky.
Yeah, he said to me, I said to him earlier, I says, will you be calling me out? And he went, no, I think I'll just be doing the random generator. And then he went, oh, I realise what you mean. No chance of me calling you out. Because we've played like 4 times for money, however many times in tournaments across the years, and he's never beat me once, touch wood.
Wow. With a few first though, Dylan Leary's first ever 6 red shootout win. And he broke his 32-second barrier.
Very impressive. It's one thing I do envy people that are good at that 6 red shootout. I can't think of anything worse.
Well, this is a good response from Greg Batten. Down goes the black, and we're back level.
Yeah, quickly adapted to the tables, Greg. Not every player has so far. There's our list of names that are still in the tournament. Obviously, Kyle, just a kind of interesting one in that kind of bottom right-hand corner. A lot of players that used to feature on the under-25s in there. Obviously, yourself, Tom Jones, Jaden Billingham, Luke Gilbert. Maybe the demographics changing a little bit. Maybe there's some more young players that are going to be coming through and winning titles over the next couple of years. Cole showed that earlier this year.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, Luke, he has already won one. I don't think it'll be too long before Jaden goes very deep, if not goes and wins one. Tom, he's obviously practicing with Declan all the time now, so I'd expect to see a lot of improvement with Tom. And then, yeah, it's good to see that the younger players coming through and competing at the high level.
An interesting one for you. Do you think it makes a bit of a difference for Tom now having Declan Brennan obviously living up in Liverpool with him and having that practice partner that is right at the pinnacle of the game at this moment in time?
1,000,000%, only because I've experienced it full time like myself. When I was the year I went professional, so the year leading up to it when I was obviously amateur, I had Jack Whelan 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden my game just went crazy from playing him 2-3 times a week. And I don't think I'm as consistent now. Now he plays Chinese 8-ball. And that's crazy to say. I do genuinely believe that, yeah. Because Jack was a massive like bonus for me.
Interesting. Sean just went in off there, Greg. Greg with a good opportunity here to try and get a 2-1 lead.
Classy cueist, Greg Batten.
Very Rolls Royce, isn't he, Tony?
Absolutely.
Definitely doesn't do anything silly.
Played that very well.
Do you think it's a bit of a surprise that Greg hasn't won a Pro Series event yet?
I've always said it. That for the way he plays and cues, you know, this is a man he's got all the tools in the locker to win a pro event at all. He's been close. He's been up to his semis this season, wouldn't he?
Yeah. There's a couple that are in that bracket.
Wigan, he made a semi. Last season, I think he made a semi-final, but you do expect him to get over the line at some point because he just cues so well, sees the game very well.
There's a few in that bracket now, isn't there? I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, Aaron Davis broke his ducks at the start of the year, but you've still got the likes of Neil Raybone that are lurking in there, Rob Warren that I don't want to quote them as that, but I suppose are the nearly men at the moment that have nearly won the title and never quite done it. But maybe this is the season for that to change.
Has Josh Kane won a Pro Series?
Won the last man standing last year, but not a Pro Series. So.
See, he's the player for me that I would put in that bracket. Like, I think he would be up there with not the best that hasn't won one, but the one that's most surprising that he hasn't. I think Josh is a brilliant player, like, and I'm just shocked that he hasn't got over the line yet.
I suppose maybe winning the last man standing and winning the pairs maybe takes a bit of emphasis off of Josh a bit compared to the others, but yeah, obviously, Kyle, where do you see your progression? Obviously, I've never kind of spoken to you about that side of things, and obviously you've said that Jack not being there has made a difference. Obviously, practicing now, obviously speaking to you, practicing with John Chambers, and obviously you've got Cohen local and things like that. Do you still think your game's growing in a different way from having obviously the different players now there that are all kind of going pro this year?
Yeah, obviously I find it a lot harder to get yourself up for a practice session nowadays, like, because you get obviously a lot of tournaments that you're not allowed in when you turn professional.
Yeah.
Which I believe it makes it harder to practice as much. Where obviously there's only yourself that can control that. Like, I'm sure there's boys here today that still practice every day and still get themselves up for it, and that's all mental side of things. But I do believe that obviously Rob Chambers, he's a big help for me as well. I could feel like I'm playing the worst I've ever played, and he would make me feel like I'm playing the best I've ever played. Like, Rob is really good with me for stuff like that. And I've got the people around me to do it all. But originally I said, first year I just want to retain, and then I'd be looking to sort of like grow into the tour and just try and sort of stay around semis. It'd be great to make a final and obviously win one, but I think to be realistic, you just got to set targets as you go, I think.
Just look here, Chippy's done really well to get to this point in the clearance.
That's pretty perfect as well. Just drop this in.
It's effortless, isn't it?
This is high standard pull by these two. I'm going to go 2-all now. This is more like it.
Oh, is he? I think he's just got there.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah. There was a little bit of a look then from Sean. Maybe that thought that he hadn't, but that is 2 each with 10 minutes to go. Yeah, it's a big game this actually for a lot of the players outside as well, Kyle. Obviously if Sean was to wrap up here and end up getting that immunity, it doesn't obviously just mean that he's immune, but it does mean that 2 players then come out of the next draw.
I was just
one you want to avoid.
I was just speaking to Ricky just outside. I said I could do with Greg beating Sean here, so 2 names don't come out, because obviously you want the slimmest chance possible, don't you? Yeah, this seems a lot more like a scrappy frame compared to the last 4.
I don't know. I don't think Sean takes his foot off the gas.
Where are you going here, Kyle? Obviously, Sean's taking reds.
Yeah, I think you do have to go reds. I don't know if we'd be looking to maybe play this off the black so the other red goes into that pocket.
That's exactly the shot you'll be looking at. That opens everything up.
Might have just opened the other red into this pocket now.
Yeah, I think looking through the overhead, I think every ball's got a pocket now, which is...
Bottom left as we see it now.
Yeah, lovely shot. Ooh.
No, he's okay.
I think he can take the red to top left if needed. That red goes into the bottom left now, he's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, he just drops that in along the bottom rail, plays the one into the centre.
It's a little short. He needs that to run. Oh, I think he's
looking to play it off the yellow. I'm not sure if it passes the black. I'm not sure if he just looked at that a second ago.
I think it passes. I think he looked at it earlier. Surely he did. If he's gone this way,
yeah.
That must pass. And this has been a fabulous finish.
Very good.
Very, very good from Chipperfield.
Well picked
Yeah,
off.
that's classy, that.
Very, very good indeed. And this match has delivered everything we thought it would.
Never a dull moment watching Chippy, is there?
No. No, he's gone round them exceptionally well. He's on the hill. Greg, done nothing wrong.
I do enjoy playing Chippy. I think you know what you're getting. Like, he's never going to drag you down.
No.
He's either going to beat you very quickly or you're going to get your chances very quickly. I think that's, you just know what you're walking into.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had a golden yet?
Nope, not yet.
A lot of people cut breaking, but not a lot of movement on the 8-ball so far.
Very good break.
Well, I think we're going hill.
I think we've got a decider, yeah.
Yep. This is going to be the first one. I cannot see Greg Batten missing the reds. They are absolutely hanging.
It was almost effortless, that from Greg. It didn't really feel like he put a lot of power on it. It just split lovely. And what an opportunity to go 3-all.
Do it. It's got a nice little angle.
That is short.
I'm not sure if he'll mind just coming back down to it anyway.
All he wanted was the opening, wouldn't he?
Yeah. That's a lovely shot.
Perfect.
Just been a super quality match all round this. Going to be 3-all, one frame decided between these two super players.
Match of the day so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in goes the black, and Greg Batten delivers the break and dish. And we are at a one frame decider with 5 minutes, 20 seconds-ish on the clock.
Not even at the 15-second shot clock yet.
Yeah, I mean, basically, providing not all the balls go safe, it's fair to say there's going to be a winner in this one. But it's Sean Chipperfield to break, so...
Big frame for everybody else around the outside.
Yeah. He's sweating a little bit cold now, well.
As long as I didn't come out first, I was happy. I just didn't want to be that first match. I didn't want to be the first one leaving.
I don't blame you. I think everybody was probably in the same boat as that.
Yeah, and then to go out on a 6 red as well, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Big break, and he makes a ball, and the split is pretty good.
Well, somebody said to you, we'll give you that finish, and that'll get you through into the hot seat. You'd take that all day long, wouldn't you?
I'll be biting your hand off, Tony, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, golden opportunity this for Chippy.
Picture of himself in the background as well, look. So it's just going to be the first man onto 3 straight wins. It's looking very likely. This is off the back of his tall wing. Bolton. I have to feel a little bit for Greg Batten because he's played very, very well in this match. You know, he's done nothing wrong, and it's just going to be edged out just on the break.
Yeah, that's just a prime example of the level that this tour is at. I'm not sure Greg has made a single mistake this match.
He's not missed a ball.
No.
I think he's had one dry break, I think. Then I'm not completely sure about that, because every time I just look at the table, whoever's at the table's cleared up. So, but just he's done nothing wrong at all.
Yeah, you've got to feel for Greg a little bit, because it feels like if Greg had played any of the other players in the form that they were in throughout, I think Greg probably would have got a win. But as it is, Sean Chipperfield is going to be the first man on the hot seat.
I think I'm glad he's going away for a bit now.
Yeah, at least you can't draw him, Kyle, I suppose. Yeah,
can't draw him.
Well, welcome back down to the arena. Sean, congratulations. Our first man into the hot seat. Feels pretty good.
Yeah, delighted. Can't believe it, to be honest.
I mean, you obviously come in, when you at a tournament like this, you've got so much in front of you. If you're out early, does it feel like there's a mountain to climb? Or once you get a match through, do you start thinking, well, actually, this is doable?
I mean, to win, three in a row race to fours is really difficult, no matter what the level is. But full of pros and the one amateur, it's tough. I don't think I'll be done that often, so I'm hoping I'll be sitting in that seat for quite a while.
I want to let you know, obviously, you're on the hot seat now. You can't be called out, drawn out, until somebody else wins 3 more games, which means we are 3 games away from the lunch break, which means by absolute, you cannot play till 6 o'clock tonight at the absolute earliest, which means everybody else is going to have to hang around waiting till you get a nice long break.
Do I? Yeah, you don't need me here?
I mean, we'd like you to stay here. Maybe let's get you on commentary for the next match. I reckon that's the way to go.
Yeah, I'll do a commentary. No.
Well, congratulations. We'll let you go. Obviously, get yourself ready for the commentary for the next match. And I guess we're going to have to find out who's playing the next match. So it is time. All the players are in position and ready. We need 2 fresh new players for our next match. Let's fire up the machine and find out our next player. Oh, another hitman in the house. It is John McAllister. Come on in, John. John, good to have you out here. Obviously, you've just seen one hitman take down 3 matches, so you've seen how it's done. You ready to do it yourself?
Yeah, that's what you got to try, and then a nice long break as well.
Do you have any preference who you're playing here? Obviously, it's going to the draw. We don't know, but have you got a strategy in mind for how this could play out if you were to win the match, that sort of thing?
I'll probably be picking if I win, but we've got to get there first.
I'd like to hear that. Okay, let's find out who you are playing then. Let's fire up the machine again and find out our second player. Rab McCullough. Big Rab McCullough in the house. Where is he? Come on in, Rab. Mate, I guess you were stood around in the background there, hoping that you would avoid the draw there, but out you come and you've got a hitman for company.
Oh, listen, it is what it is. It's first to 4. We're not going to worry about playing anybody first to 4. I'm sure nobody's worried about playing me first to 4, so we'll get it on and see what happens.
3 matches gets you into the hot seat before lunch. I guess that's the plan.
Yeah, absolutely, and possibly maybe £300 as well on top of it. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the extra bonus of potentially being a hitman is potential to win that money. Okay, we have got our next match lined up. Let's get it on after this.
It's going to be John to kick us off.
Break there from McAllister. As we welcome another special guest into this commentary box, and it's the 3 out of 3 man.
Hello.
It's Sean Chipperfield.
Hello. How you doing,
buddy?
You right?
Oh, you basically carried on where you left off in Bolton, didn't you?
Yeah, played well. Yeah, that last game was a bit of a. I don't think there was a mistake, was there? think just a couple of dry breaks, and luckily I won the lag. So
yeah, I said on commentary, I said, "Oh, you've got to feel for Greg Barrett because he's done nothing wrong and he's gone."
yeah, I said in the little interview there, it's going to be hard to win 3 in a row. So I'm hoping. I mean, I've said that. Someone will probably do it now, but I'm hoping to be sitting in that seat for quite a while.
Well, I mean, there's no reason why it might happen that way because, the standard of play up here is incredible, and that was the best match for me so far. You and Greg, it was a faultless display from both of you, to be fair.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah, one of those finishes you picked out like a surgeon as well is, I think it was the second to last frame. Where that was a real tough finish because you have to move a lot of balls about the place. Because it was tight with the black, wasn't it? When you played the red off the black and then you kicked them all out into the open.
Yeah, do you know what? I can't remember. I remember just seeing a
I know what it's
cluster
like when
towards the yellow pocket in one of the early frames where I've played a lost a turn, and then he's played a shot, and then I've gone for him and got him. I remember that one, but I can't remember much else. But yeah, that's a
good thing because generally you remember what you've done wrong. If you've done it right, you don't mind. It's gone.
And the cloth plays. It's the first time I've obviously played on the cloth, and it was so reactive. The cushions play a bit softer. I don't know if that's to do with the cloth or the tables in this club, but
it grips better, doesn't it?
What the cushions?
No,
the cloth.
the cloth.
Oh, the cloth does. Yeah,
Yeah, I played
very
that last
reactive.
night.
Yeah, very reactive. But yeah, just the cushions are a bit soft, but yeah, very nice.
Yeah, obviously, Sean, we were talking about it, obviously, after your first game. Obviously, 2 players before you had gone for the random draw. You were the first player to go through and pick a player. It just felt like your whole approach across the first 3 games was just this professional, I've got a job to do. I'm here to win it. And we can see your intent. It's been there all season.
Yeah, I don't really understand why people were doing a random. I think they're just worried about what people are going to think of them.
Said this.
And, you just got to be brutal. I knew Scott Rutter. I'd not seen him much at events, but I knew he wasn't a pro last year, so I weren't sure if he'd had a wild card this year or if he was still an amateur. So for me, he was the obvious pick for me at that stage.
Not much arena exposure.
Yeah, not much of that, and that's all. I know Scott. I've known him a long time, and he can still play the game. So everyone here can play, but you just got to pick him in the right order, if you like. With all due respect to certain players, you kind of have to go for the amateur when there's a room full of pros.
Absolutely. It's also, I was saying to 𝗏𝗏𝗃, he was in the comms during your match. I said, you've got to look at it and think, I'm going to look and say, right, who's had a bit of a rough start to the season? They're not firing on all cylinders. Who's not played much on that cloth? All these factors. I'm not going to pick somebody like yourself who's just coming off the back of winning a tour or anybody that's gone deep in a tour. I'm going to avoid them like the plague. So it's a natural thing. And, I know I don't get all this, I'd never go random if I could pick a player.
And there's also a little bit of scout in the room, see who looks a bit worse for wear. And, there's a few players that I looked at and thought, cool, they've had a rough night. And not necessarily a rough night, but maybe just a bad night's sleep or something. And I think Greg was one of them. When I looked at him, I thought he looks tired. And he come on and he's floated. So that kind of formula wouldn't have worked.
Funnily enough, I'm on commentary. What I say to you, I said I came out of my hotel first thing this morning, find Jez Graham and Greg Barrett wandering around the streets. I said they've either got here very late last night or very early this morning. So it's actually it's very true what you said.
Yeah, you got to kind of start speaking to people and find out what they're up to, how they're feeling, what they did the night before, and then weigh it all up and get it in the back of your head and remember it.
Well, you're in the hot seat, mate. It's down to somebody else to try and oust you, but like you said, it's going to take some doing.
McCullough went very, very close to a golden break there. That was one in the first frame, so he's back on his own break. Oh, he went dry. I didn't realise he'd gone dry, but opportunity for John McAllister then.
Yeah, and he just popped. I thought he missed that. He's just got to transition down to his second last red, which will be over the middle. He's just got to decide what ball he's going to leave to get down there, because it's not that simple to get low enough from a ball at the top of the table. So I'm just wondering if that yellow and red is actually a plant. It might be another option to leave the white up there and play a long plant, but he's not going to play that. He's going to play the first thing I said. sometimes with a new cloth, if this is the first time John's had a go on this cloth, this sort of shot, it's kind of hard to guarantee the line. You just play it with, float it in with left-hand side and a bit of top, but you just don't know if it's going to bounce, if it's going to skid. Then you get the wrong line, and he obviously wants to be as thick as possible on this red to middle. He's actually played the stun shot, and he's just got there, I think. He's shaking his head, but he might have to play the cannon into the yellow.
I was saying, he might have to move it now. Can you just hold? No.
Oh, lovely shot.
Played that really well.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great control from John McAllister, and this will level things up against his counterpart from Northern Ireland.
John is from Coventry, Tony.
Yeah. Well, I meant his opponent from Northern Ireland.
Oh, right. Sorry, my apologies.
Not counterpart, you meant opponent.
No. Opponent, yeah. Slip. Sorry for you people.
Obviously, looking at it this year as well, Sean, obviously we've got 5 this year in terms of the hitmen. Normally we've had 4, added in a 5th one this year. It feels like this year there's going to be less emphasis on people picking a hitman. I know last year obviously we had the likes of Christie calling out Shane, Callum called out Declan, but obviously yourself, Tom, Declan have all won titles this year. Craig's gone close as well, and it feels like the 5 hitman this year are probably stronger than they ever have been before in terms of their form.
Well, I don't really see the benefit because it's 300 quid. It used to be 500 quid, so there's a little bit less incentive there. You feel like every time it spins, it's just going to be either an extra life for the hitman or the bounty goes on you, or whatever the way it is. But that cash prize never seems to come out, so you go to all the effort to kind of beat a top, player, if you like, and you're not getting rewarded. So I think early on, I think the right play is to pick the lower ranked players. That's just my opinion. Whether someone's got the cojones to do that and not worry about what people think is another matter.
Well, David McQuillan was in here, wasn't he? And he told us he was going to go for back-to-back hitmen and just see what happens. Obviously, if he was to get past the first one, but I think David had a very different approach, though, didn't he, Tony? He was very much like, I'm just here for a good time.
Yeah, and what was my reply to that? I said, well, you won't be here for a long time. Well, it just stands to reason, doesn't it? In fairness. I like the Phil Harrison approach, go and hide in the gents' toilets. Don't come out.
Needs that to pull up. Is he on it?
He's not entirely convinced, is he?
He wants to play it now, really. Yeah, he's on that. Yeah, and that'll be his last ball now, the one near his hand. It's a bit of a poor one. I wanted to be straight in on that to the corner. So he's had to play a shot, and he's played it pretty well, but he's probably got to go in and out of... Oh no, he's cutting it in the middle. So he's going to play it to the corner.
I suppose he can hold on the red, can't he?
Yeah, quite a bit dangerous because he could have flicked the black easily and pitched it safe, but...
Solid from Rab. There's 2-1 ahead. All 3 frames have been off the other person's break so far.
It's a tough nut to crack, is Rab.
I think his Rab's got a little bit of extra experience as well with last man standing. Obviously, Ultimate Pool Ireland held their own last man standing last year. Rab unfortunately didn't go that far in that event, but obviously it's just extra experience points into this style of event. David McQuillan was also in that event, as was Declan. So,
who won that event?
That was Sean Walsh. Sean Walsh won that event. He beat Dempsey in the final. Dempsey won 10 matches before that. He ended up getting called out. He was in and he was in 2 random draws, meaning he played probably the maximum amount of matches he could do that weekend. Sean Walsh beat him at the final hurdle, but I think that was a bit fatigue on Stevie's part as well.
Well, another dry break.
From what I said about the cushions being quite soft, I think you notice that with the break, the balls don't go flying around off cushions. You know, they just sort of check up and slow up. So I think you might see quite a few dry breaks. We've seen 4, I think, in this match.
There were quite a few scrappy breaks, weren't there, at the start as well, Tony, especially in the first couple of matches where people were cut breaking. And the balls didn't really split, which is why I think we had a couple of 6-red shootouts to really kick off the day.
I think you and Greg had 1 each, and you 1 try each.
Yeah.
And you both dished off each other's break.
Yeah.
So I think he went 2-1 up, didn't he? Off the back of
yeah,
the
yeah.
break, and then you broke a dish. Then
yeah.
you went dry, you dished and broke dish.
Yeah.
I did call you cheeky chippy as well earlier against Dylan.
Well, what did I do?
When you ran the clock down and then running and still knocked in the last 2 balls.
Yeah.
Still got to the number 4. Yeah, so that was with style.
It's all good fun.
Yeah, kill the clock and then with the last couple of seconds, knock in the last 2 balls to run them in as fast as you can.
It's a bit boring if you just sit there and watch the clock disappear.
You've got to entertain the crowd, Chippy, and to be fair, you're one of the players that does it better than most.
It was quite funny to see you stood there sort of like with your arms full with your cue looking at the clock.
It is. Honestly, I'm sitting there and I just want to get on with it, but I can't.
No, you did the right thing. I mean, you're in the position where you're going to win the match. You take it away from your opponent and stop them winning it. Hello?
That's a bit of a wide from John.
Yeah, that red was awkward. I think he tried to get out of the previous shot with loads of side on that red to middle, but you're just not going to get the spin off the cushion.
This could be a big point in this match. It's not a ball you would expect John McCullough to ever miss.
If he's going to go for these, it'll be interesting to see how he plays them balls at the top. He'll probably play the one top right, then the one to left middle, and try and leave a straight double for the black. But of course, where he is now, it's hard to kind of transition up there comfortably because he doesn't want to leave this ball bottom left later than next shot, to be honest.
Yeah, kind of. You want them out in areas, don't you? Especially when the black's at top of the table, you've got those 3 yellows. You want that to be the end of the frame. That's your focus, rather than have to come back down the table for that.
Yeah, no, he's probably not going to be able to get above the middle pocket.
What do you do, Sean? Do you drag this up with right-hand side and come off the rope?
Yeah, I just kill this in with side and either play the ball top left or top right. Depends how good I am on either ball. The key is to get dead straight on the double because you don't really want to be moving it this late in the frame, because he could probably pop the one top left now and kick the yellow off the cushion, go cushion first into the yellow. But if you don't leave a nice angle, you can be chasing it a little bit. I think that is what he's going to play though. And see, with the white being stuck to the cushion, he's now got to dig down and...
Yeah, I looked at that as well. When you called it, and I thought, do you know what, I'd just rather pot the 2 balls, play the double, leave myself on a straight double way. I'm going to do anything with the cue ball, I'm going to be on the black anyway. She's fancy getting that double.
So you might be able to avoid the red, but you want to be playing that yellow to the top right rather than top left to get onto the black. But he's probably going to have to leave distance to guarantee the line. So it's going to be quite a tricky shot here. And actually, the harder he hits it, he might go close to the right middle.
Declan Brennan there, looking on. Obviously waiting his turn to go out into the arena.
Yeah, Declan is actual Northern Irish counterpart.
Yes, indeed, yeah. We're playing that game all weekend, aren't we? Because you're going to lose.
Look, I'm here for it.
See, now he was always going to leave a natural, which is going to be going into the black off the top cushion, and he wasn't ever going to get straight enough to screw over, which is why that shot to kick the yellow off was kind of possibly the wrong shot, but let's see what he's got. He's played the cannon. I'm going to take that.
It's been a
Well, it's been a bit round the house, hasn't it? But he's been very good with it.
It's a very well worked finish from McCullough in the end.
Yeah, solid stuff. 3-1 now in front. John McAllister with it all to do. Still time on the clock. There we are. Nice look there from Rab. But he's smiling at you there, Sean. Is he coming after you? He's going for 3 in a row. He's coming after you.
I don't think so, Rab.
Oh, I love it. Price, our referee, hands John McAllister the ball. That looks a pleasant break.
Yeah. You don't mind them every time?
No.
There's more of an explosion on that. Don't know what the key to it was, whether it was a tighter rack or just a well-timed shot. But
It's not as if he put a load into it either. You know, it's his normal McAllister hit from the break. No extra effort into it. It's just like you said, it was the ball pinged apart a lot more than previous breaks.
It is interesting when we talk about obviously players with the best breaks. Obviously, we always mention kind of Jack Whelan, Tom Cousins. It doesn't feel like John's breaks mentioned as much for some reason. It's strange because the way that he just gets the white to ping back up the line again is second to none.
yeah, I think sometimes John maybe lacks in the explosion. Don't know if it's power because he has great timing, but he plays the shot like a normal pull shot. I think sometimes you can have periods where you're going to go dry. I don't know. It's a tricky one.
It's a tough debate, isn't it? Like,
yeah. Used to get some legs.
Uh-oh. Go pushing first here. Clip this yellow in. Get the keeper down the table.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Just had to trust in the cue ball a little bit there, but it's a good finish from John to go 3-2. Just under 5 minutes left. This is also going to be Rab's opportunity to break for the match. With the potential of eliminating the first hitman. Obviously, John does have the opportunity of an extra life.
Yeah, that must feel a bit of a gutter. You beat one of the hitmen and whatever, then get an extra life. Behave.
Well, the worst part is about it is obviously in that situation, if John was to get the extra life, obviously Rab has to go back out to bat. John gets to leave the arena. And then if you lose the next game, you've ended up going out before him as well. This is Rab's opportunity to try and wrap up the match. It's made ball, but that white is flying. Is it going in the bottom corner? It is.
Wow. Would you believe it?
See, just get kicked in that top right-hand side.
And John's watching it from the perfect viewpoint.
Yeah.
Thinking, go on, go on. That's it. Wonder if he'll start into black now.
I think that's a shot.
There's different ways of people going about this, but I think that's the shot.
be. Another one-frame decider.
He's got to try and flick the red here. Yeah, I think he's got a natural. Yeah.
Plenty of time for the last frame as well.
Yeah, we're going all the way. 2 minutes 50 left on the clock. And it'll be in John McAllister's hands. He will have the break. It's fair to say that if Brad does lose this, he will be very unlucky. He has played a good game here. It was an unfortunate in-off.
That's why it's difficult to win 3 in a row, because there's so many, you know, different variables, so much luck that you need to avoid, bad luck you need to avoid. You know, like you said, Rab's played a good game and he could go out 4-3 without doing very little wrong. John's got a ball.
And the split looks good again. Oh, well, that last yellow's just messed things up for him. 2 minutes 30 on the clock. And John get it resolved.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, will he leave Rab enough to clear up? I think you have to kind of think now, use your 15 seconds every shot.
Yeah, you want to have your chance to win the frame and your opponent not. So your fallback is a 6 red at the worst case scenario.
I'm a bit surprised at that shot. I don't know if he was trying to leave the perfect angle to the one bottom left there.
Not got a bad angle now to try and attack it, but you trust into luck. And
well, it's not going to come out because the harder he hits it, because he needs pace on the red, the harder he hits it, the cue ball could go in the middle, to be honest.
He's committed. And he's missed.
He's quite fortunate to get the white out, actually.
He's not really opened up the 2 yellows for Rab either.
I don't know, I think he's got half a chance here.
Yeah, he's got a great chance here. I think he needs to just dig down and flick a bit of side on it. Make, you know, go into the 2 cushions rather than the 1.
You can see he doesn't like it because of the way his hand is, and that's why.
He had to dig down. But he's okay, because he can still, in the back of his mind, he can think, you know, I can use my time up, probably just save them 2 balls to the end, try and smash a double in with about 15 seconds left.
Yeah, I think when he's nodding his head, I think that is the acceptance of a 6 red shootout.
Yeah.
He's thinking, I'm not going to. Well.
But he's got a chance. He can have a free go at his last 2 balls. If he can just get on this ball to the right middle. Oh, he's got to try to go into it.
It's not the end of the world.
No. We want to get down to about 20 so John can't come to the table, but
no.
Yeah, he's got to get a move on now.
Do you know what, I was thinking that, I thought that yellow needed to go.
He can get these. He can get these. And that was why he should have cleared the...
Ooh,
that's a poor shot if he's not on it, yeah. Oh, he's missed it.
He's missed the red.
Oh, it's gone in. Wow.
How's that dropped?
I don't think he's going to have enough time. I think the white ball's going to be moving off the side cushion. 3, 2,
he's going to get
1.
it.
Oh, he's missed it.
And it is going to go to a 6 red.
He didn't look like he fancied it. He looked like he was just sort of waiting for it and wasn't ready for it.
No.
Yeah, it's almost like he didn't expect it to stop before it reached 1 second, and it did.
And they can both have a giggle about it. I think it's probably the right thing that's happened in the end.
Yeah, there's been a few so far already, isn't there?
But that for a lag. McAllister wins a lag with probably one of his worst ever attempts. Rab didn't even get to the bolt line.
So it will be the man from Northern Ireland who will be up to bat first in 6 red shootout. I don't know how much experience Rab has with 6 reds. I don't think it's as many as John McCullough's had.
It's such a lottery, though. It really is.
Yeah, and I know there's been a bit of a debate as to whether it's best to go first nowadays, but the more I think about it, I think you have to go second. You win that lag, you let them go. I just think it's best to know what you got to beat, because you can choose to go first, and you're kind of putting a little bit of pressure on yourself by choosing to go first. I think if your opponent tells you to go first, you're a bit more relaxed. So I think the safe bet if you win the lag is to always go second.
I think the thing is you play the percentages a little bit. No matter who goes, if you are the first person out that has to set the time, you've got pressure on yourself to reach a certain point. Obviously, if you go second, obviously there is a chance that the first player can hit a good time, but there's also the chance that the player can hit a bad time, which means that you take the pressure off yourself the second time round. So whoever goes on first is always going to have pressure. The second person, maybe not so.
Yeah. I'd have gone first if it was me, just because I'd rather set the time. I think there's, if your opponent's hit a good time, then you can have panic come on board then when you're trying to chase it, rather than set the time. That's just me. But then that will never affect me. I'm retired now, so that's handy.
That's interesting how other people see it, you know. Because there was a time where I thought going first was
I'd like to go
the right
second
thing.
if they've just had a really bad time. That's great, because then I can just wander around the table and just pick them off. But if you let them go first and they've knocked in 18 seconds, 19 seconds, oh my word, now I've got to really gallop. And
I think it all depends who you're playing. Like I obviously had a 6 red shootout with Dylan a couple of weeks ago, and I thought if I put him in first, he's probably going to be a bit more controlled, and it's going to be in the 20s. If I go first and set, say, early 20s, he then knows he's got to go quicker, and it could just, he could just fly.
That's
and
a
I
valid
think,
way of looking at it, yeah.
and the way I, if I'd have gone first, and I thought maybe I took a bit too much care on that one, or, I'd probably regret going first. I think that's always best to know what you're doing, so you know what approach you've got to have to it.
Referee Scott Price there setting up the balls.
I think if you play a fast player, let's say it was me and Melling, we lag, I think there's a case for me to go first, because if I put him in, he's gonna go quick, and then you're quick, but if you're chasing 18 or 17, that messes with your head.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but there's kind of different thought processes for certain players, I think.
Few players out there that can definitely set a good time on a 6 red shootout. Obviously, got Cole sat there. Obviously, Cole's already been eliminated. Aaron Davies still in the mix, as is Chris Day, Zach Shepherd there as well.
Here we are going to get underway.
It's going to be Rab McCullough to set the time. It's a slower break, but a good split. Just have to wait a second there, just for... Stop.
It's going to be about 23, I think.
Is that too slow? Yeah, it's pretty much spot on, about 23 seconds there from Rab McCullough. It's a decent time. It's right in the mixer, Sean, isn't it, 23?
Yeah, it's a good time. Again, that's one of them, you could have probably done it slightly quicker, but you'd take it. On these cloths, they're so quick, it just takes forever for the ball to stop moving, so anything sub 24, 25 is, you know, competitive. So I think he'll be satisfied with that.
Here we go, John McAllister to beat 23.52.
It's a great
This
stick.
is going to be tough, I think, unless he can play the plant at the bottom.
That's what I thought he was going to do.
If that needs to drop.
No,
That's
tough
okay, though. So now he's got to... Oh, he's missed that as well.
This is just getting away from John.
He's still got a chance.
No,
Stop,
got
stop,
away
stop.
slow, yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah, he's
gone.
just missed 3 balls.
And Rab McCullough is going to be the first man to beat a hitman. And now he's going to find out what his fate is.
Wow.
Will John McAllister survive? I think we know what Rab McCullough wants.
Luck of the Irish. Here it comes.
Well, welcome back down to the arena. What a match we have just seen. Drama to the last. Rab, I'm not entirely sure how that ended up the way it did, but congratulations, good win.
Yeah, delighted. John missed a few that he probably wouldn't normally miss. And in the black at the end, I was sort of about to shake his hand and he just didn't get set right. He sort of threw the cue at it with 1 second. Thankfully, I got through in the 6th red.
Yeah, good time in the 6th red, but obviously now that you've won, it's the first time we've seen a hitman being beaten. We do get to see whether you need to win some money. So take a step back here. We're going to put a random draw up here, whether John McAllister will get an extra life, whether you'll have the bounty put onto your head, or whether you will win the money.
We want the 300, don't we?
Extra life, John. Congratulations. John, come on in. Come on in. I mean, I can't believe you didn't win it with a buzzer beater. You've survived, though, one way or another.
Yeah, I didn't deserve to win the match, to be fair, so I did well to get to a 6 red, and yeah, I wanted to go home, to be honest.
The nice thing is you get to go, you didn't win, but you get to go back into the crowd and ready for the next match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations, we will see you again.
Cheers.
So John gets the extra life. That is the extra life done now. There are no more extra lives left in the competition. Rabbit, now comes down to deciding who you want to play next. You obviously have the option. You can pick whoever you want, and obviously take a look. Here are the names that you are looking at. Or you can go to the random draw.
Oh, I think it's quite obvious what I do. John, come on back in.
He's calling out John McAllister. How about that? What a moment. Absolutely fantastic. Rab, congratulations. That's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Is the thinking you've just got one over on him? Let's do it again.
Why not? Why not? Bit of crack, everybody's laughing. That's what it's about, isn't it?
The good news is, if you beat him this time round, there is no extra life. You're either going to have the bounty on your head or you're going to win the money.
We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it.
Here we go then. Rab McCullough taking on John McAllister. Take 2. And it's after this break.